If you're an entrepreneur, you do not want to miss this episode.
One of the things that I see with young entrepreneurs are they kind of wait until they get trying to get their business plan together before they actually launch their idea. This is a bad approach.
Today, I'm talking about the top 3 mistakes entrepreneurs make, and I've also got a special guest for you, my good friend John Howell, CEO of Global Music Group, who's stopping by to talk about the top 3 mistakes that he's also seen entrepreneurs make. Stay tuned. What's up, my fellow entrepreneurs, future entrepreneurs, and those that just tag along for the journey? I am John Mohsin, and welcome to FlashEKnowledge episode 10. Got a very special episode for you guys since we're hitting double digits episode-wise now. For those of you who have been tagging along, welcome back. For those of you who are new and just joining me, welcome as well. FlashEKnowledge is where I kind of share my entrepreneurship adventures, what's going on with my fashion startup, The Lasting Impression, and also leave everyone with my weekly entrepreneurship advice. So welcome all. Now, since it is episode 10, we're hitting double digits now, I wanted to make a very special episode for you all. One that focuses on, kind of the impactful things that may affect entrepreneurs and what are the things that we always research, right? What to do and what not to do. So in this episode, we're talking about the top 3 mistakes that entrepreneurs make. I've also got my good friend John Howell stopping by. Who's got a wide berth of entrepreneurship experience, and for many years. He's going to share his experience. I'm going to share my experience as well, and hopefully give you guys a leg up on your competition there, so you can understand what not to do when you're starting out, and also how to overcome it. But first, let me catch you up on what's going on in my fashion startup, The Lasting Impression. So, we've been talking about the fashion consultant position for a while. I've talked about all the interviews we've done, and the past few weeks of just kind of searching for the proper candidate. Well, I'm very proud to announce that we've actually found someone great for the position. So Saba, welcome to the team. She brings a lot of raw experience. She brings a lot of energy and excitement in the fashion realm and also the marketing realm as well. So we're very excited to be working with her, and she's going to be joining the team actually in the next few days. So again, welcome Saba, very excited to have you and can't wait to see what we can accomplish together. The second thing I want to talk about is me getting out more and reaching out more to the community, networking better, and also being able to establish these collaboration opportunities and partnerships. So I'm very excited to announce that we've got an official partnership for October. I wanted to get involved with breast cancer awareness, so I'm very proud to announce that we've actually established a partnership with lbbc.org, also known as Living Beyond Breast Cancer. So excited and so proud of the step that The Lasting Impression is taking to collaborate and give back to the community. So we are official. We're going to be, I'm not announcing it just yet because we're working a couple things in the back end, but we're going to be doing something to help raise funds to support this organization. And I'm so honored and truly excited about this opportunity, not only to partner with such a great organization, but actually get back to the root of why I started this company, which is collaborating more with the community and our customers and our clientele, and just giving back to the community in general. So I feel so proud of what The Lasting Impression is going to be involved with, and also what doors this opens for kind of next steps and other partnerships that we may have in the future. So very excited. Stay tuned about what's going to be going on for October and how that partnership is going to play out. We're getting all that settled in the back end, but more to come. Stay tuned on all the social media channels to figure out what's exactly happening and how we're going to be partnering with them. Now, the last thing I want to update you on is the capsule wardrobe research that's going on. As I mentioned, we are tweaking the business model a little bit, and we are focusing more on capsule wardrobes. Again, this was an idea I had when I first created this company, and at its inception, I wanted to give people a way to kind of rebuild their wardrobe and start from scratch, and have an ability to kind of toss out everything they have and get these few critical pieces, so they'll always be comfortable and they'll always have something to wear. So we're going back to the roots for a lot of things actually, and we are full force kind of researching capsule wardrobes, how to personalize it, how to create a service that's a little bit more custom and personalized than some of the other things that you see out there in the industry. We've done a lot of research on capsule wardrobes and how difficult it is to purchase one, and how it feels very it feels very impersonal. So we are actually doing a lot of research with that. There's going to be a lot of news that's coming on that front over the next few weeks, so stay tuned. That's going to be one of our biggest services that we're going to be launching over the next few weeks. Alright, so for episode 10, this very special episode, I wanted to focus more on exactly some of the biggest search topics that entrepreneurs have, which is either what to do or what not to do. So we're kind of tackling both here, because with episode 10, I wanted to give you the most impactful stuff and talk about the top 3 mistakes that I've seen or I've made as an entrepreneur, and also bring in a new perspective here. My good friend John Howell is here to talk about the top 3 mistakes that he's either made as an entrepreneur or that he's seen people make as an entrepreneur. So let's go and kick that off. This week's Flashy Knowledge is the top 3 mistakes that entrepreneurs make.
My name is John Howell, and I'm here to talk about the 3 mistakes that entrepreneurs make. I'm the CEO of a record label, Global Music Group, which has been around for about 10 years now. And I'm also an owner of Bright Star Care, which is a home health organization. One of the things that I see with young entrepreneurs are they kind of wait until they get trying to get their business plan together before they actually launch their idea. This is a bad approach, and the reason why is because by the time your business plan is put together, or you think that it's put together, things have already changed in the industry, in the business, and in whatever field you're planning to launch in. So I would take your immediate idea and run with that and build around that as you go. The second thing I would say was probably surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals. That's not to say that your end goal or vision can't be the same, but you don't want to surround yourself with people that think exactly the same way you do, because then you don't get a whole lot of perspective. So I would definitely make sure that you surround yourself with people who maybe share the same end goals that you do, but have a different way or think a different way about getting there. And also surround yourself with people who are smarter than you. You can't go wrong there. And the third thing I would say, probably making sure that the right people are in the right seats. This is a mistake that I've made, and actually with both of my companies. Just kind of putting a body in the seat because you have to fill that void, and they may not have the proper background or the proper knowledge to support that role, and it only ends up hurting you in the long run. So I would definitely make sure that starting out, you put the right people in the right seats for the right reasons. You should be good to go. At least you'll be starting off on the right foot. So if you want to check out my record label, it's theglobalmusicgroup.com. And if you want to check out my home health care agency, it's Bright Star Care /East Richmond.
All right, so that was John Howell, my good friend, talking about the top 3 mistakes entrepreneurs make. Hope you took some good notes. He brings a lot of experience. I personally see him as a mentor. He's taught me a lot, and he will continue to do so, and hope you learned a lot from him as well. So let's kind of switch roles here, and I'm going to share with you the top 3 mistakes that I've made or I've seen entrepreneurs make. Actually, I've made all 3 of these. To be honest, it was quite difficult to find or to get them down to 3, because I made lots and lots of mistakes and continue making them today. But the reason I smile and laugh about that is because I look at mistakes a little bit differently, right, than I did before. But before I go off on a rant, let's kind of jump in, because it's going to kind of segue into my main theme here. Alright, mistake number 1 that I want to talk about is letting fear own you. Okay? I'm sure you guys have seen friends who are fearful of everything. They don't want to try anything new. They're scared about what will happen. And if you let fear own you, you won't be able to do much with your life, let alone be an entrepreneur. Now let's be honest, when you're an entrepreneur, your day-to-day is different. You're constantly trying new things. People define entrepreneurship a lot of different ways. You can define it as innovating. Some people define it as creating something out of nothing. Some people call it solving a problem that people didn't even know they had. So there's lots of definitions. No matter what your definition is, it means you're trying something new. It means you're getting into new territory. It means you're coming out of your comfort zone. Naturally, in any of those circumstances, there will be fear. There'll be fear of failure. There'll be fear that you'll be looked upon weird, that you're a new person creating a new market. There's lots of fear that's in all those definitions and all those pathways. But the point is, as an entrepreneur, you need to basically flip the script on fear. You need to take fear in your hand and take all the fear that you have and be like, you need to own fear instead of letting it own you. And the way to do that is look at fear as a kind of a learning opportunity. Use fear for motivation. You want to take a look at it and be like, okay, well, this is completely new. I've never done this before. This is challenging. I've never done this before. This may not work out, but it's okay, because when you are doing each one of those three things, no matter which path you take, you will know where you should invest your time and energy and where not to. And you also know what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are. Fear and some of those negative experiences teach us so much about ourselves and what we need to do next, that if we end up never trying any of that new stuff or letting fear own us, we're never going to take ourselves to the next level. And you guys know I talk about this every week about continuous improvement. So you need to be able to take a look at those opportunities that present fear to you and see them as motivation, see them as challenges, because no matter what, it's a win-win. You're going to learn from that situation. You're going to learn where to invest your time, where to invest your energy, where to invest your money, and also where your strengths and weaknesses are. So either way, it just teaches you exactly what you need to know about yourself and about your company. So don't let fear own you. You need to own fear and flip your mindset on what fear brings to the table. The second thing I want to talk about is not starting off with the right foundation. This is something I personally did. I didn't start out with the right foundation. What I mean by that is you have to have certain things in place in order for you to have long-term and continued success. Foundation can mean different things for different people, right? It could depend on your personality. It could depend on what type of field you're in, what you're innovating, what you're getting into. It could mean a lot of different things for a lot of different people. But whatever that is, the first thing you do is find your foundation. Right? What is your foundation that's going to give you success? And then you need to make sure it's in place and build upon that. Now again, that can mean different things for different people. Now there's a couple things that I want to share with you about what I personally think is a foundation for yourself and your company as an entrepreneur. The first thing is vision. You do need to set your vision for your company. You need to know where it's going. You need to know what the end goal is. And you also need to know how to get there. After all, you're the CEO or the owner. You need to understand how you want to get to your end goal. If you don't, your employees won't know, and you're just going to be going in circles over and over again all the time. The second one is habits. Now, those of you know, I've got another YouTube series about me trying to change my habits as a CEO. Now, habits could be, your organization, wellness habits, spirit habits, mind habits, whatever. Like I said, it could be different for different people, but whatever you do, find the right habits to maintain your success, to make sure that you're arming yourself with enough energy, with enough knowledge, with the right ammunition to be able to be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So you need the proper habits in place, whether it's wellness or organization or whatever, in order for you to be successful. So a second piece for foundation is definitely your habits. The third thing there to counter this is to be organized. I know you may laugh at this, but of course you got to be organized. But I had so many ideas when I started this company. They were all over the place in Post-its and notebooks and in my mind. I didn't have a place to organize it, and what ended up happening is I started kind of doubling up work and duplicating work and not focusing on priorities. So the best thing that happened to me was when a friend recommended Trello, and you don't have to use Trello, but to me Trello helps organize my epics, kind of features and stories that we want to get done for the week and the month, and also for the next couple of months. And it helps me divide up work and see and prioritize, understand who's working on what. So whatever means you have, make sure you stay organized. organize your work, organize your life, organize your day, week, month, and understand what's priority for you and what's important for you, and then keep organized as you continue on. Now, mistake number 3 is something that you're probably going to laugh at, but it's basically doing this. Oh, I know you, so you get a job, and you get a job, and you get a job, and everybody gets a job. You know, it's basically going Oprah on all your acquaintances and all your friends and giving everybody you know a job just because you know them and you need to fill in seats. Now, John said this best: you need to hire the right people for the right seats for the right reasons, right? Just because you know that person and you need to fill a seat doesn't mean you should go off and just hire them immediately. You need to find people with the right mindset. You need to find people who are going to take that position and take your mindset, your goals to the next level. And for me personally, I'm a very good strategizer, so I need good executors, right? So that's very important, because that means if I hire 3 other strategizers, all we're going to be doing is sitting there and strategizing about everything, and we're not going to actually get anything done. So for me, because I'm a strategizer, I need strong executors. So it depends on your own personality, what kind of work you want to get into, what kind of mindset you have, and also your obviously field of work as well. But you need to hire the right people for the right reasons and put the right individuals in those seats. Because if you're sitting there and just hiring everyone, you're going to destroy relationships, you're not going to get work done, and then you're going to be frustrated and spend a lot of time trying to either train people up or trying to actually get on the same page, when instead you could have the right executors in those seats that are kind of executing your mission and your vision for the company. So make sure you're not just going out there and pointing fingers and be like, yeah, I know you, so you're hired, and you're hired. It's not going to do you any good, and in the end, it's going to cost you money, time, and energy, and it's not going to be good for your company or your mindset at all, because you're just going to be drowning in the operational stuff of trying to get people on the same page as you. Well, there you have it, folks. Hope you enjoyed this special episode, Top 3 Mistakes Entrepreneurs Make. As I mentioned, I've got another YouTube series out there called Being a Better CEO. It's where I'm kind of trying to change my daily habits and follow what other successful CEOs do to have continued success in their life. So I'm trying to change 4 different areas in my life. So please follow along, and appreciate your support there as well. And you get to see whether I actually make the changes in my life or not. And Lord knows I need them. The second thing I want to mention is, as you know, I wanted to spend more time with partnerships, with community, with networking, and kind of giving back as part of CEO of The Lasting Impression. And also, now that we have a full team of 3, I do need to spend a little bit more time with the team. We've got a lot of big projects coming up. So FlashEKnowledge is actually going to be changing to now twice a month. So I won't be doing this every week. I will be changing this to twice a month. So if you still want to tag along my journey and the journey of The Lasting Impression, would still love and appreciate support. But just know that it's going to be every 2 weeks now that I'll be creating these videos and updating you kind of what's going on with my entrepreneurship adventures and The Lasting Impression. So as always, I'm going to leave you with my personal mantra. Don't forget, you have to take action to get action. So please go out there, conquer, make things happen for yourself and your life. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in 2 weeks. Don Mohsin out.